Hey there, Monique Casey here, and I help people pleasers feel more seen, heard, and respected. So I want to talk about the difference between having an easy empathy versus being hyper vigilant to other people's emotional needs. So empathy is a part of a healthy person's nervous system. So if you were lucky enough to be raised in a home with empathy, that means that there were people around you who could help you identify, process, and regulate your emotions. So then you ended up growing up with a healthy role model on how to connect and empathize with your fellow humans. And by the way, personality, like outgoing or reserved, none of that matters when it comes to genuine empathy. But maybe you consider yourself a people pleaser, like it's a good thing. I'm a people pleaser. And you pride yourself on being extra empathetic. Maybe, like I had to be to survive, you became emotionally hyper vigilant. You're always on alert to rescue someone, especially if they're feeling hurt or sad. Like, it kind of protects you, right? If you know what's going on. Now, that's a good thing with a 5-year-old if they have a super empathetic parent. But if we're being like that with other adults, this will negatively affect our relationships. I know we think that having people pleasers around is really great for us, but not if we want mutual benefits and longevity for the relationship. So I've had enough toxic bosses who expect their employees to read their minds. They love hiring anxious, hyper vigilant, willing to please people. But let's be clear, hypervigilance is actually a heightened sense of perception, but it's driven by fear or anxiety. So it's not that good. And we see them among us through our people pleasers and the perfectionists who try to control their relationships, both at home and at work, through their being on top of everything attitude. Now, the problem is that they're on top of everyone else's everything, but they ignore themselves. They are in a chronic state of stress trying to do it all. So if you're the people pleaser and you think that's working for you, I have to tell you, you're gonna eventually burn out. And this is not a joke. Once you have experienced a burnout, you are more fragile to a second one. So let's just avoid that first one, okay? So back to our comparison. Of course, I want you to be empathetic and kind for sure, especially in your comments to me on this post. But if you find yourself as a chronic hypervigilant mode all the time, you're not that far away from catastrophizing or even believing that the worst possible thing is about to happen. Like you'll lose something like the job or the relationship. Hypervigilance keeps us in a state of stress. You'll be ahead of the success game if you prioritize yourself over others, and you will be teaching them how to value you while you do that. So I'm Monique Casey, your confidence coach. And if you're ready to feel more seen, heard, and respected, let's have a conversation.